Welcome back, everybody, to the NBA 2K24 expansion franchise. Today, we go into our second season with the Pittsburgh Force after drafting Dustin Person, second overall in this last NBA draft. And he apparently is going to start off with the superstar organizational role. I can't say I've seen too many players earn that immediately, but he has it. Not even Wilson Towns or Jimmy Thomas has that for us right now. And both guys are a much higher overall than Person is at this point. But he's 21 years old, 6'11", out of Oregon. And he will be coming off the bench to start his career. But I think my game plan here is if he does perform well and he shoots the ball well and does provide this team with what I think he can provide this team, then he'll probably find himself in a starting role sooner rather than later. But this is a guy that can shoot way better than I thought he could across the board. Now, his threes aren't going to be as good than we thought from the profile, but he can score inside. He can knock down mid-range shots. He can hit open three-pointers. He's even got some playmaking ability to him. He's got pretty decent post defense. Hopefully, a better rebounding than Keon Malone does, who's our current starting power forward. And he's also got, obviously, the good athleticism, the high IQ, and the extremely high potential, which is probably why he has that superstar role. It will also be our second season with Harold Castro, who we took third overall in the first draft with Pittsburgh. We are through a full decade now in this franchise, and this team has only been in the league for a couple of seasons, but they haven't been very good. We had their best year last year, winning 40 games out of 82. And hopefully Castro can play better, especially offensively. I mean, defense, he was very good last year. I think he'll continue with that. But the inside scoring did not really improve that much in the offseason. I was hoping it would. Hopefully he just is better somehow in general, but that is going to be hard to say unless we see it on the court. We also signed Mikal Bridges as one of our major signings in the offseason, and I think he's going to play that kind of third scoring option in the starting five. I expect Person to be the kind of go-to guy off the bench scoring-wise, but Bridges we have seen on a multitude of teams in years past, and he never really takes that many shots, but he's a good defender, and he can knock down shots when he gets the ball, so I foresee him being that third scoring option for sure. Now, Jonathan Campbell is another guy that is very young on this team. He comes off the bench for us. He's had a couple of big offensive games, but he also struggles to score at the rim, which that's really not what you want for both of your young centers who are the only guys that will play center outside of Person. At least he's got B+, right? We also signed Melvin Cassell, who has never played in the NBA before. He is a 35-year-old guy that is out of the G League. We'll see if he gets playing time eventually. So we had some key moves, but we are mostly going to rely on Wilson Towns and Jimmy Thomas to kind of lead the charge for us here in year two. October 22nd is opening night against the Wizards. That is the team that we're going to face at home in Pittsburgh at PPG Paints Arena. They're coming off a 30-win season. They were not very good. In fact, through a full decade, I think this is probably the least successful team out of any team in the NBA in this series. I mean, number one, their current starting five is just not very good across the board. Like, sure, they've got Calvert Miles, who has had a couple big games against our controlled teams in years past, but he's not like a game-changing player. AJ Griffin is a veteran presence. Mel Conley is kind of your average role-playing two-guard. Their bench is about as deep as ours, but your starting five is going to be this poor. I mean, how can you really compete? Their last playoff appearance was back in 2030. I think that might be their only playoff appearance in this entire series. I can't really recall them being competitive or a playoff team really ever. I mean, they've always been bad. Even when they had Giannis, I think they missed the playoffs a couple of seasons with him on the roster. They completely botched their time with him. They had Frederick Cousins for a little while, I'm pretty sure, and he never really got anything going there. So we're going to be playing a pretty bad team, but we have a pretty fresh roster. Hopefully, our guys can play and gel together here in this game. But here we go. It's going to be our first look at some of these new players, including our second overall pick. Without further ado, here we go at home. Washington comes in with a 1-1 record. They've already played 2 games, but we have not played any. It's opening night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, folks. Year 2 is officially underway. Year 2 tip-off has begun. Homer Castro wins the tip. And by the way, we're going to have Dustin Person wear number 42 to start his career. Might change that eventually, but 42 is his current number to open his rookie campaign. Jimmy Thomas, the first shot of the season, pure silk, and Pittsburgh is on the board. Conley back inside as Miles lays it in for 2. Castro can't get the stop inside. You've got a post defense, a rebounding. Got to do better on the glass this year. We had, obviously, major offensive rebounding issues, or we allowed too many offensive rebounds, and hoping for better rebounding throughout the course of this entire season. If not, Person might come in as Towns scores at the rim. Gonna see what he can do. He's gonna come in being the number 1 option on this team. Thomas right behind him. Hopefully Towns can be kind of a 25, 26 point per game kind of a scorer after we gave away Asar Thompson to trade up in that draft to get Person. Inside and over. Thomas, no good from Mel Conley. Towns waiting for a pass to open up. Thomas behind the arc, in and out. It's dumped down low, and that one's swatted away from Calvert Miles. The block from Keon Malone. Know that he and Castro can both play some really good interior defense. And Towns can find the open man on the other end. It's 8-2, the Force in front. Eyeball screen comes up, but Thomas gets around it. Conley penetrates. Miles, the 3. No good. Castro all the way to the rim. That one might have been deflected by Miles. And we know that he's going to have some problems scoring inside, especially over 2 defenders similar to his heights. That was not a smart shot. Open shot. This is Vaughn for 3. It's Scott Vaughn. Back out to Thomas. Another open look. He's got 9 points, 3 for 4 from downtown to open his new season. They pass it all the way up ahead, and Castro picks up a steal. Towns leaves it for Castro. Off the glass and in. What a quick start offensively. Inside, back to Miles, readjusting, and a foul's called. The first against Castro. We are rocking the same offensive playbook that we used last year. The Grizzlies won, but I am open to adjustments and changes if need be. But in the first 4 minutes, no real complaints. Free throws are good for Miles. Going right back to Thomas. Another 3 is drilled. He's already hit 4 of them. Clock winding down here for the Wizards. Vaughn's got to create, and he just put it right to Castro's foot, and he picks up his second steal of the game. Thomas nearly got the end one on the other side. It's going to be a foul against Conley. And Thomas is already pretty much starting this game just like our last showcase game to close last year against the Bulls, where he put up, I think, 43 points in that game. Nobody else really showed up to play, but we have a nice early lead. Good on-ball defense here by Towns. Conley gets the feed on the low block. He lost his dribble. Thomas, a great shot contest, and the Wizards offense kind of struggling here early on. Under 5 on the clock. Got to find something here. Thomas attacks the rim and lays it in between 2 defenders. 16 points already. This guy is an offensive scoring machine right now. Very impressed by his start. maybe he's the number one option over Towns. Who really knows? Griffin's first shot is off the mark. And we lead by 13 points nearly halfway through this first quarter. Good penetration. Towns can't lay it in amongst the trees. Got a mismatch down low for Miles. Help comes. It's kicked back out, but it's picked up by Malone. Really good help defense right there and a good switch on the outside. And they will not attack the mismatch any longer. The shot, though, is in there from AJ Griffin. Off the screen. Thomas back to Castro. He lets it fly. Still waiting for a three to drop for him. Shot clock under 5. And that one is going to be a steal. Bounced off Malone right to Bridges. Fast break layup. 22-9. Back to Miles down low. It ricochets off the backboard and out. Quick three on the other end for Wilson Towns. He's got 5 points. And Pittsburgh is here to play, man. What a start to this game. Well, pick and roll here. Griffin does not make the pass. We're just playing some great on-ball defense here. A shot from Griffin rims out. After a forced timeout, we inbound to Dustin Person. His first shot comes within 2 seconds of being on the court, but it's no good. The three on the other end, or the mid-range, excuse me, from Andre Wall drops in. Wizards only 4 for 11 to start this ball game. Let's see what our second-round pick can get us here now in the ball game. Towns off the window, a little bit too strong. Mid-range jumper won't connect from Scott Vaughn. Towns pulls it down. Person the other way. Over Miles, no good. Really good defense down there by their big man. Conley the pull-up. That one is no good, but Nevsky pulls down the board and then turns it over. Up to Clint Hardy, the readjustment, and he draws the foul against Wall. It's a good pass up ahead and a good finish at the rim. Hardy caps off the three-point play. Vaughn steps back and got it off the glass this time. Wait, no, that's Earl Cannon, never mind. And apparently he's averaged 24 points per game. What? Through 2 games off the bench, this guy's cooking. Towns got it to go. Nothing but net. Oh, Towns just got crossed over, and Earl Cannon is showing off why he's been one of their top usage players through 2 games. Towns, another close range jumper, no good. Campbell has got to pull that board down, man. What is he even doing there? You got to box out, brother. The quick shot on the other end won't go for Cannon. He's taking all their shots since he checked in, it seems. Nice pass to Josh Green. The lefty shot is up and in. Really good passing so far by the Force. Cannon's got to create from the elbow, in and out. Screen comes up from Campbell. Towns attacks the rim and nearly got the bucket to go. That's number 2 on Miles. I'm not sure what Person's touch tendency is right now, but might want to increase it because he has barely touched the ball. He only touched it when he took those 2 shots. That was it. The free throws are both in there for Towns. We lead by 19 points. It is an opening night bloodbath here in Pittsburgh, man. What is going on? Cannon can't knock down the 3. Towns, nice crossover, but Nevsky just grabbed that with 2 hands midair. What in the world? And they give it right back. Josh Green cuts off the pass. Campbell the other way. He's going to have some free throws. And Nevsky is pissed about it. They need some anger management classes, bud. First free throw rattles out. The back end for a 20-point lead. Also out. Come on, Campbell. Cannon trying to do everything all himself, and he gets right to the rim for 2 here. We'll have the final shot here in the first quarter. What a horrible start for this Washington offense, looking like us against the Bulls in that first quarter. Person in the corner, no good, but Campbell, I can't believe he just missed that putback. Oh well, it's 34-17. Pittsburgh looking great thanks to Jimmy Thomas. The Wizards have it to open the second quarter, trailing by a lot. The 3 is no good from Cannon. We are doubling their score right now. Person, a great feed in the corner, and Wilson Towns drills the triple. All the way to the rim, and that's going to be an and one. Clint Hardy, a pretty ill-advised foul right there. That layup was going to go in regardless of a foul or not. And the free throw is good from Cannon. We got Hollins in the game for the first time. And still looking for Person's first field goal. Bridges back in as well. He draws a couple of defenders. Then hands it off. Hollins has to jack one up. Nice pass inside. And the bucket's good from Marshall. Thomas cuts inside, and that's not a smart shot yet. Hollins wide open, top of the key. All the way up ahead to Griffin, another and one. The Wizards trying to get right back in this game with a couple of ill-advised fouls by the Force. They've already got 6 points here in the quarter. It's actually 8, but Thomas, top of the key. Wide open 3, no good. It will go next time, most likely. Behind the arc by a couple of feet. Marshall off the mark. There's a lane. Thomas just throws it up and in. That was a three-pointer. This is pretty much a repeat performance of that Chicago game, and I am so here for it. Cannon's 3 in response is good. With the launch, Thomas can't stick it this time. Little pick and pop here out to Wall. His 3 is good, and they're back within single digits. 2 defenders come over. Person's got it. Now Hollins has it. He's got to create something here. Good pass. Castro. Come on, man. That is the most open 3 you'll ever have. Nice penetration, and he's going right at the rookie for a foul. That's already our 3rd one here in the second quarter. AJ Griffin was the 3rd best three-point shooter last year, apparently. It's not taken one so far in this game, I don't think. But Cannon's free throws will cut our lead to 7. That was a really bad pass by Towns. Not sure what he saw there. The other way, and another foul is called. They're going to be in the bonus with one more foul the rest of the quarter. This Cannon guy is really showing what he's worth here. Off the bench is that go-to offensive spark. Make it a 5-point game. Nice cut. Bridges on the board again. He's got 4 points. Great pass, by the way, by Josh Green, but the Wizards right now on an 18-5 run. Shot clock under 5. Cannon wants some isolation ball here against Wilson Towns. Pull up 3 is good. Okay. I was curious how this guy was scoring 24 points a game. Now I kind of understand. It's free throws and 3s. That's what's going on here. The 4-point game. We got to find some offense. That's a contested 3 for Bridges and no good. They got Vaughn back in the game now with Cannon, both point guards, but I guess Cannon's playing the 2 spot. That one's rejected by Person. His first block in the NBA. Towns kicks it back out. Screen's got some room, but it's no good. Cannon behind the arc. That was like a 30-footer, man. It's a 1-point game. This guy is nuts. Oh no, Castro, come on. This is not the time for these kinds of shots. The Wizards can jump in front here after trailing as much as 18 points earlier in the game, but Towns gets a stop finally. Can we find our offensive rhythm? Gotta use pick and rolls to our advantage. Towns all the way to the rim and stuffed by Nevsky. Should have pulled up there on that drive. We got a mismatch. We got Towns on Nevsky and Person guarding Cannon. We got to figure this out here. But so do they. Shot clock winding down. Vaughn jacks one up over Castro off the mark. Towns just throws up a layup from the elbow and it goes in. He's got 14 points. He and Thomas really showing what they're worth offensively here in this game. Now for some defense, please. Uh-oh. Cannon has a good look. He missed it. Nevsky the board. Castro the stop. Okay. B down low. Mismatch for Person. He fades away. There's his first bucket. But the key three off the mark from Cannon. He's kind of slowed down here, but has still been, like, by far the best offensive piece for Washington. 4 and change to play here in the first half. Bridges cuts, but does not get the feed. Well, he does eventually, but it's rejected again. Nevsky's got 3 blocks already in this ball game. Cannon blows by Towns, but he recovers and gets the stop at the hoop. Person's calling for it down low. He gets by his defender. There's number 2. I think Cannon's finally off the courts, but Miles pulls down the rebound. Corner 3. Andre Wall sinks it. We've already allowed at least 3 offensive boards in this first half. Nice cuts. The pull-up is in there from Jimmy Thomas. The defense does not matter. He's got, I want to say, over half our points currently. And they're going to turn the ball over. Vaughn just kind of goes out of bounds on the other end. We take over leading by 6. Thomas cuts. Person makes the pass. Defenders come over to help. Hollins for 3. No good. And he's not going to be good at those for quite some time. I think he's got, like, what, D+ 3-point scoring? So he's going to work on that before he starts taking more of those. Griffin, the spin move, got Hardy up in the air, and the layup's good. Defenders help. Person open. Look for 3. He'll knock that one down eventually. We got some weird matchups right here. Hardy guarding Miles. The fadeaway is good. It is a 1-score game. Thomas into a 3. Another one. He's got 24. Not quite half for points, but he's getting close to it as we approach halftime. Cutting. Vaughn. Off the back iron. No good. Mismatch for Castro, and he finally goes right after his defender. Is he going to be better at going after mismatches this year? I really hope so, because he was also pretty bad at doing that there in his rookie season. Hopefully a higher basketball IQ leads to better shots like that with those undersized players, as Griffin once again slices into the paint and scores. He's got 9 of their 50. Screen comes up. Thomas back to Castro. Another mismatch. This time it's too strong. Another pass inside. Miles, the pump fake. Oh, that was close to another and one. But it took them about 8 minutes to get that 5th foul. Too little, too late, I guess. The first free throw is off the mark. cut the lead to 4. It's in there. Final shot here of the, well, never mind. Illegal screen from Person. And this will give the ball back to Washington. They got a few seconds. That pass to Miles all the way up there, but he misses the layup. That would have made it a 2-point game. Instead, it is a 4-point Pittsburgh lead here at home. Gotta protect it here in the second half, folks. So, Earl Cannon off the bench has 22 for the Wizards. Thomas has 24, and he's a starter. What a difference Cannon has made off the bench for this team, because now it is a 2-point game after that horrible first quarter. This is pretty much just like that Bulls game, except we're the ones in front. Thomas right to the, or Towns rather, right to the rack on the other side. He's got some free throws. Can he knock him down? How better will he be this year at the line? Probably not too much better, it seems. Did not really get as much progression as I was looking for from him, and that is not going to help out his free throw game. He splits these ones. Griffin takes the screen. All the way down low. Back to Hawkins. I don't think he's taken a shot here in this game. He's barely touched the ball. Vaughn's got an open look, and he sinks it. We are tied at 56. All right, guys, we got to lock in here. Oh, Thomas has a wide open three in the corner, picking right where he left off from the first half. Eyeball screen comes up. It's a pick and pop. Adrian Griffin's first three of the day is drilled. Thomas in response. Oh, man. That was a really good look. Quick pass up ahead. Hawkins has free throws to put Washington in the lead for, I believe, the first time in this game. He misses the front end. The back end is good, and Washington has climbed all the way back from down 34-17. Here's a lane. Towns pulls up. Castro's on the board for two to put it back in. Shot clock under 5. Griffin's going to pull the trigger. That one's off. Thomas on a pick and roll. Finds Malone readjusting. He got it back after the miss, and he jams all over Hawkins. It's his first bucket of the entire season. He did a plus 14, plus minus. Keep Malone out there for now. From the arena logo, or from the secondary logo, excuse me, it's off the mark from Griffin. On the other end, Towns works his way inside. It's left to Castro, up and over Miles. It's good. The Pittsburgh Force lead by 5. Nice little fake out there by Griffin. A screen comes up. Miles rolls. And blocked by Malone. Fantastic help defense once again at the rim. Bridges comes up. Towns over Vaughn. That's a really tough shot. This crowd is rooting for this defense right now. Vaughn picked up by Castro. Fantastic defense again inside the paint. Malone wants it on the mismatch. He lays it in for 2. He is a really smart player, man. Vaughn trying to shake Towns loose, but it's not going to happen here in this possession. Under 5 on the clock. Conley straight away look. It's good. Right back to Thomas. And he connects with the answer. Another pick and roll. Vaughn over Castro. The teardrop is in there. That was Conley, excuse me. Another three. That one's off from Thomas, but a good kick out there by Mikal Bridges. 65-70 halfway through this third quarter. This offense for Washington still kind of looking kind of slow out here without Cannon on the court, but they've been better than the first quarter, no doubt about that. As Griffin cuts and misses the layup completely, but he gets it back for a two-handed jam. It is a one-score game. Person back in the ball game in the second half. He finds Campbell on the roll. I mean, he has already got, I think, at least 2 assists, maybe 3 or 4 in this game to this point. He's showing off that playmaking ability already here in his first game. As Towns jars it loose and picks up a steal off of Scott Vaughn. The pull-up on the other end is off the mark. That was ill-advised. And Vaughn lost it again. It's saved by Wall, and somehow Miles got it. And he lays it in for 2 off the assist from Miles. So it was a bucket there for Scott Vaughn. Too many offensive rebounds and a lack of hustle in my mind. Good penetration. Bridges got it to go with the left hand. Little pick and pop. Conley has it rejected by Person. They get it back, but they miss at the rim. Towns to Bridges. Backdoor. The left-handed flush pushes our lead back to 7. On the pull-up, off the glass, and good. He's really picking up some steam offensively here in this third quarter. Bridges trying to work his way down low, but the shot is off the mark. All the way to the rim. Really tough shot there from Andre Wall. Great defense once again by Mikal Bridges. Towns steps into a 3. That's an open look, and he drills it. Trying to get busy down low, and Hawkins has that one denied by Person. What a block. His second here in the game. Open look in the corner. Counted for Clint Hardy. Nice pass inside. Nevsky gets behind Campbell for the deuce. But we are trying to pull away here to close this third quarter. We have played Wilson Towns a lot in this game. He has barely sat on the bench so far in this one. And that one is rejected the other way. Nevsky is killing it down low. The screen from Hawkins. The pass to Wall from the elbow online. Uh-oh, they left somebody open. It's the rookie. 0 for 3 from downtown. Eventually, those will start to drop. It's not his day. What a lob up to Hawkins. Pull up 3. Towns, another one. And now it's jarred loose. And how did Vaughn get to that one, man? Person, I thought was there in time, but I guess not. The clock does not reset. They're going to have to force it. 9 seconds separate the shot and game clocks. Campbell, amongst the trees, is fouled. He will have some free throws. Just their second on the Wizards here in the quarter. And Campbell has not really proven himself at the charity line in his career. That's going to continue here in this one. The back end's good. Cannon's finally back in, and he's backing down Lenny Hollins, but he's called for a 3-second violation. And we're going to have the final shot here in the quarter, trying to put our lead over 10 points. Thomas could have used that screen. It's 86-77, 12 to play. We're still holding on to a lead, but the Wizards are hanging around. We have seen many fourth quarters go awry, but we're off to a good start here in this one to open year 2. Jimmy Thomas is looking like an absolute star from behind the arc. Nevsky on the other end, no good, but he stuffs it back in for the putback. He has played very well. Person starts the fourth quarter. He won't play for that much longer. Bridges going to use him for a screen. Top of the key. What a shot. Really good on-ball defense until the foul by Person. I do got to say, Mikal Bridges right now is playing the exact role that I envisioned for him. That efficient third scoring option in the starting 5. And he has been nothing short of efficient. Got to appreciate him while he plays this well. Thomas all the way to the rim, and he draws the foul too. 2 defenders can't even stop this guy. He's been mostly taking three-pointers, but he's had a couple of really tough shots, that one included. We have our largest lead of the second half at 14. Cannon, right to the rack, too strong off the window. Thomas penetrates, leaves it for Campbell, and he just jams it in all over Nevsky. Marshall has an open look. It's good. Nice little crossover, but Nevsky's there on the help defense, man. He's going to be racking up blocks all if he keeps playing like this. Cannon can't knock it down, but Nevsky's got the offensive board. That was not a good box out by Person, and we call timeout up by 11. Nice cut. Person a bit too strong on the layup. And on the other end, what a layup by Cannon. That was, I mean, he had the defense draped all over him. There's a lane for Thomas. Back to Castro. Open mid-range jumper. He's supposed to be better at those. Cannon over 2 defenders. Had that one tipped, I believe, by Homer Castro. And we get it back. Towns fires. No good. Nevsky the rebound. Up to A.J. Griffin. Jarred loose, and Hardy with the steal on the other end. What a play. Thomas, the quick shot. Too much off the window. Pick and roll. Back to Nevsky. The readjustment, no good. Person, a really good shot contest right there. Thomas with the blow by, and the teardrop is in there. Cross-court pass. Miles in the corner, can't drill it. One-on-one here. Thomas trying to go isolation, and he scores again. He's got 40. He's got 40 again. Jimmy Thomas is just an absolute firecracker. Screen from Miles. He rolls to the rim. Castro there to meet him, and he's called for a foul. Miles has struggled here at the line this game, and that's going to continue here on the front end. Conley back in for Washington. So is Vaughn. He splits them. Another open 3. Thomas missed it, but he's been great tonight. That is going to be it, by the way, for Person here in this one. Alone's back in the game. Definitely some things to like from Person, but it's got to knock down those open 3s, man. Hoping for better shooting behind the arc the rest of the way. I'm sure we will get some really good shooting displays from him off the bench, but today was not one of those days. Griffin up and over Hardy. Got it to go. He's been really good scoring inside the paints. And they're not going away. 6 and change to go. It's still a 10-point game. Castro on the baseline. Finds some room and finally knocks down a jump shot. He's been better offensively here in this game than I think any other game that we watched in year 1. Nice step back. Conley, though, in and out. Unlucky you missed that time. Hardy, inside feed. It's flipped up and in from Wilson Towns. He's been quietly having a really good offensive game as well. Behind the arc. No good. That was another open look for Conley. He has not been too efficient here from the field. Nice cut by Castro. He is fouled hard by Vaughn to prevent that easy bucket. He's also not the best free throw shooter, but occasionally shows off a nice stroke. The first one is in there, and yep, there's the back iron. Penetration from Conley, picked up by Thomas. He lost his dribble and has to pass out. Griffin contested, no dice, and time running thin for the Wizards. Clock under 5. Thomas cuts, excuse me. Pump fakes and lays it in. Give me all of this the rest of the year. I need to see Thomas score at all 3 levels like he is tonight. This is a special game once again. Griffin fakes out Bridges. I'm not sure what happened there. Pick and roll. Back to Malone. Conley wants no business with that right there. Malone has also, like Bridges, been very efficient here on the offensive end. That has really helped us out here in this game. Miles taking it down low. Castro is there for the really good shot contest and another stop. Miles has barely scored here in the second half. Towns misses the jump shot, and Hawkins pulls it down. Nice cut, but it's picked off by Malone. He read the passing lane beautifully. Now he's calling for it down low on the mismatch. Help's gonna come. And he does not find the open man. Thomas shakes off his defender and scores again inside the paint. Oh man, if he can play like this at anywhere close to this level, this is going to be a really fun season, guys. And they're going to turn the ball over. An illegal screen from D. Hawkins will put it back in the hands of the Pittsburgh Force. They have completely lost all momentum here in this game. They made it close in the third quarter, but this fourth quarter has gone the Pittsburgh way entirely. Thomas fouled on the 3. He's only going to add to his tally. He might reach 50 by game's end. We got MVP chance for the first time in this new chapter, and it's for Jimmy Thomas. Can you blame them? All 3 free throws are perfect. 1 3 away from 50 points on opening nights from Jimmy Thomas. Nevsky, quick shot on the other end. He got it to go. Just feed number 8. Towns will take it instead. Got it off the glass and in. Thomas back to Malone. He's not trying to be too aggressive here. He's just trying to leave it for his teammates. Gotta love that. For 50. No good from Thomas. Oh, man, that was it. Open 3. Keon Malone, uncontested behind the arc. Over 120 points here on opening and against a pretty bad team, no doubt. But regardless, they are still a pro sports team, a pro NBA team. A very impressive showing here on opening night. A 25-point victory here in Paints Arena. The Force are 1-0. we quite possibly have one of the best offensive backcourts. If this game is going to say anything about the rest of our season, you know, this is going to be a really, really fun year for us, I think. And I cannot be mad at how many shots either guy took. 27 for Thomas, 20 for Wilson Towns. I mean, both guys played very well. Very different play styles, but Thomas with 47, 6 and 3, some elite sharp shooting. Towns, you know, hit some tough shots and passed the ball very well. Pulled down 7 boards as a point guard. Second most on the team, no less. That's very impressive. Mikal Bridges, an efficient 5 for 8. Keon Malone even better at 5 for 6. And Castro, you know, went 5 for 11. Not great, but better on some low post plays. He drops 11 and 9. 6 for Clint Hardy. 5 for Campbell. Personally shoots 2 for 8, but had 4 blocks, more than I thought. So he actually had over half of our blocks in this game alone. That's a good sign for his future at power forward. And only 1 second half field goal for Earl Cannon. Gotta think that played a part in that fourth quarter blowout. 18 for AJ Griffin, only 10 for Von Wallenevsky. He had 5 blocks of their 6. Very impressive day for him. But how about Homer Castro's defense completely locking down Calvert Miles? Did have 2 offensive boards, and Nevsky had 5 for 8 total. But we still played some really good post defense, and nobody really shot well for them besides Griffin and Andre Wall. So cannot be too mad about this defensive effort at all. We only allowed 97 points and held them to 43% from the field. Well, he shot 52% on 90 shots, and we were very good from behind the arc as well. Very awesome win. Happy with this. Only 2 turnovers, by the way, too. I mean, we are coming off a year where we had the least turnovers per game, and you can see why. We took care of the ball. We passed it very well with 36 assists in this game. I mean, what more can you ask for from the offense here in this one? Now, for our next game, who do you guys want to see? We got the Magic, who we obviously traded Asar Thompson to for that second overall pick. They are currently 1-1 through 2 games, with Asar Thompson starting and Coulibaly now coming off the bench for him after that trade. They got Keith Mann and Paolo Banchero still. You got the Timberwolves, who re-signed Ant, so they're 1-1. As of right now, the Rockets are 2-0. So what game do you guys want to see? We could face the Neptunes again, but not sure if we want to watch that too soon after our last matchup against those guys. The Sonics are 1-1. They're going to be another contender most likely. So who do you guys want to face next time around? Trying to get through probably a month and a half of the season to start next episode. So we'll see where things go after that. Hopefully Simming is kind to us, but that was not the case to open last year. Could be a similar case here. Who really knows until we actually go through it. But what a game, man. Great defense, great offense. You know, imagine Thomas and Towns playing that well in the future, with Person improving these next couple of years, with, you know, probably Thomas getting better as well. This could be a really fun, you know, 3-piece cornerstone that we have here. And I just can't really say enough about that win, guys. Gonna close the episode here, though. That was a very fun game, back and forth until the fourth quarter came around. And again, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, leave your thoughts down below on opening night and what you want to see going forward. And we'll see what happens from there, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Y'all have a great day.